Hey, hello guys. In this video, we are going to see about casting. In our last class, we have seen about data types and variables. And in this class, we are going to learn about casting.
So without delay, let's see what is casting. So to see about casting, let's create a new file named casting. So casting.py. Open your VS Code and create a new file casting.py and enter, and let's see create file. So I have maximized the window a little bit so that you can see clearly. So if you want to minimize your VS Code, just press Ctrl and minus key. It will be minimizing. If you click the plus key, it will be maximizing. So it will be useful for you. So let's see what is casting. So before we see casting in coding, let me give a small explanation about casting. Casting is nothing but converting a value type into another type. So for example, let's have an integer like 10. Converting an integer 10 into a string is called as casting, and converting a string into an integer is also called as casting. So nothing but just converting its value into another type. Now let's see what is casting in programming. Now let's create a variable name a and give the value 10. And now let's create another variable name and give the value 6. Now c equal to a plus b. Now just print it. So we get the output as 16. We already seen in last class about addition of integers and many more. Now let's convert this integer into a string. So in our last class itself, I have told you what is integer and string. Like if we give the same value like z equal to x equal to double apostrophe and 10 and y equal to so okay, similarly give the same values like y equal to 6 and z equal to x plus y. Now let's print z. Now just run the code. So we get two different types of outputs. Like first we add two integers, we get the output as 16. Next we add two strings like string x and string y. While adding two integers 10 plus 6, we get the value of 16, and while adding two strings, we get the value as 106. First the program prints the value x like 10 and followed by plus, and the program prints the value y string 10, we get the value string 10, and next string 6 we get the value string 6. So this is how the adding of integers and adding of strings differs.
Now let's see how casting works.
So to perform casting, let's remove all this. Let's create a variable name a and give the value 10 and b equal to 5. Now print. So okay, let's get a c a plus b print c. So now let's see the output. So we get the output as 15. So in this thing, we just add two integers like 10 plus 5. We get the output as 15. Now we are going to apply casting. So we are going to convert this integer into a string. So to do that, we are going to use a keyword like str. Str. Open bracket and close it. Str. Open bracket and close it. First we have print and we get output as 15. Now let's see what is the output.
And now we get the output as 105.
So now let's see what happened here. Actually, while creating a, we give the value 10. First it is an integer, but we give the keyword like str. By applying the str keyword, we converted the integer into a string. Similarly, we give the keyword str to convert this integer 5 into a string 5. Now the Python interpreter takes this value 10 and 5 as a string. So it just prints like 10 and 5 side by side. This is how the value integer converted into a string.
Now here is a small task for you. Create three integers and convert into string and add those values and see the output. Pause the video and try it yourself.
So in this thing, we converted an integer into a string. Similarly, let's see how to convert a string into an integer. So let's erase this code and create a new variable name a, and let's give the string name like 10, b equal to string 5, and c equal to a plus b. Let's print c. Now let's see what's the output. We get the output as 105. First, the program prints the value 10 and followed by 5. So the program just prints the 10 and 5 side by side. Now, similarly, like we converted a integer into a string, now let's convert a string into an integer by applying a keyword name int. Int, open bracket and close it. Int, open bracket and close it. Now let's see what is the output. So we get the output as 15. It's like normal addition. 10 plus 5 equal to 15. First of all, we created a variable a and placed the value 10 under double apostrophe. So the value 10 actually is string, but the string is now converted into an integer with the help of the int keyword. We converted a string into an integer. Now, while adding two integers, we get the value as 10 plus 5 equal to 15. Now, I prefer you to do some of the basic operations like convert a string into integer and do addition, subtraction, and convert integer into a string and add those and get some values so that you can understand casting properly.
Here is a task for you. Create 3 strings and convert into integers and add those values and check the output. Pause the video and try it yourself.
So to make casting even clear for you, I will perform two operations in the same thing. Like I will create another variable like x equal to str and place it like 10, and another variable y equal to str and place another value like 5. Now z equal to x plus y. Now let's print z. Yes. First of all, in A, the string value is converted into an integer and stored in C. While printing C, we get the value as the integer 10 and integer 5. 10 plus 5 equal to 15. And in the second one, the integer 10 is converted into a string and stored in X, and integer 5 is converted as string and stored in Y. And while printing X plus Y, we get the output as 10 and 5 side by side. So this is how casting works in programming. Do some basic operations so that you can understand casting properly.